Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So in today's video, I will be killing 5,000 cave horrors and also be doing all of the level 3 clue scrolls that I get along with them. And unlike my past videos, this is actually a lower level slayer related monster that you can actually kill while you're not on task. And if you are on task and if you're interested in doing this as a slayer assignment, then the only requirements that you do need is 58 slayer. You do need to do the quest Cabin Fever, and you do need a light source in order to enter this cave. Now there is also another item out there called a Witchwood icon that is pretty useful here. It basically acts as an amulet and takes a lot of the damage that cave horrors inflict and pretty much removes it. However, if you're going to be praying melee like a lot of people here do, and as well as what I was doing the whole entire time, then you do not need to bring this Witchwood icon, and you will get faster kills because you'll have the bonuses from your amulet rather than wearing that icon. But again, something to keep in mind if you do not want to use prayer potions here, save a little bit of money, just take a little bit longer on your kills, then you can use that icon and you will take a little bit of damage. But since cave horrors are only 55 HP and they're only 80 combat, then you really don't need a lot of food. And honestly, if you just bring Guthans, then you should be fine, or SGS just to heal yourself. So those are just some starting tips, something that I kind of picked up on early on here. My main weapon for this whole entire video was just a rapier. I could have used the whip, really could have used any weapon. Like I said, when they're 55 HP, most of the time I was 2 to 3 hitting them, just depending on my accuracy. And it is also recommended that you bring a cannon if you can afford one, but since I was trying to maximize my profits throughout this video, I didn't actually want to use a cannon. So I do kind of regret that. I would have finished this video much faster if I would have used one. Like I said, I just wanted to maximize my profits, so I just kept things very simple, and I didn't really waste too much money at all, except in super combat potions and a few prayer potions. And speaking of maximizing profits, here we go. This is our very first black mask drop of the video, just around kill number 500, or actually I'd say kill 450 or so. And yeah, it was really nice to see one. This is truly the most expensive item that you can get from a cave horror, and we did actually have close to 5 clue scrolls at that point. And just about 80 kills later, we did receive our second black mask, which was just really nice. I actually know a few Ironman accounts, friends of mine, that have gone close to 2,000 kills dry of a single black mask. It's always different. Every single player has different luck on this game, but I don't know, I just felt like I was being spoiled, because just about 14 kills later, we got another black mask. As I said before, this is the most expensive drop that you can get from these cave horrors, and this video was just off to a great start, not even 1,000 kills in yet, and we had a decent amount of clue scrolls. And I did mention to you guys in my previous video that I would be saving every single clue scroll casket for the very end of this video, and I think I made the right choice there, because not only do you guys get a price check at the very end of the video, but you also get to see all of the caskets being opened at the same time. So it's nice to have multiple things to look forward to. Speaking of multiple things, here we go. Black mask number 4. The luck does continue. And yeah, at this point I was stunned. I didn't think that I'd actually get this many this quickly. And I did make sure to record every single mask drop. I didn't record every single clue scroll casket because there's just so many more clues compared to the masks. And there's mask number 5. So yeah, another mask to the collection. And if you're already getting tired of all these black mask drops, don't worry. I definitely got more rares than just the black mask. For example, this lovely red shield left half. And according to the drop guide, this was 1 in 6,200. I'm not too sure how accurate that is, but nevertheless, it does look good on the ground, but certainly not as good as black mask number 6 of the video. So yeah, the luck was staying strong, and the only thing better than the 6th black mask is the 7th one. Yes, indeed, we did get 7 black masks in the very first 1,200 kills of this vid. Gotta be some pretty good RNG there. And when I started this video, the black mask was actually only about 950k, and at this point, now that I had 7, the price was 1.08 mil. So they did go up in value, luckily for me. However, I think about 6 months ago, the black mask was actually peaking at around 1.6 mil. Now correct me if I am wrong, because I might be wrong about that, but I am pretty sure that they have been worth more than the current 1 mil that they're at today. So the price does vary, and the reason the price may go up and down so much is because when mobile came out, a lot of new players came into the game, and the black mask is really important for the Slayer skill, especially early on, and of course you need one to make that Slayer helmet. So there might have just been an influx of new players, meaning that items like, med level and low level accounts used for starting skills do go up because of things like that. So that is something to keep in mind. But overall, you're always looking at 1 mil plus these days for the black mask. And if the masks as well as the shield left half didn't impress you, hopefully this does. This is a 1 in 5,000 drop, the curved bone. bone. You guys will see a lot of long bones throughout this video. The long bone drop is 1 in 400, and we did actually start the video with 8 long bones in the bank already. I kind of forgot to use them before I started this video, but pretty easy to keep track of. And speaking of number 8, this was the 8th black mask of the vid, just about 2,500 kills in. And at this point, you know, we had 20 level 3 clue scroll caskets, as well as 8 long bones, 1 curved bone, 1 shield left half, and we actually did spot a lucky impling throughout this day as well. I was actually called out by someone in my clan chat. Didn't really get anything from it, you know, Ceradome and Page, but needless to say, the luck was there. And if you're curious as to why I was switching between Carol's and Bando's gear, essentially whenever I was killing these cave horrors, I was always in max strength. You know, earlier on in the video, I was using Proselyte to save prayer points, also a Nezi Helm to increase prayer bonus, but then I realized that I really didn't need to save prayer points because my SGS was so OP, and I was only staying at these cave horrors for less than 20 minutes in inventory because I was always getting these level 3 clues, and once I got a clue scroll, I had to teleport out right away to do it and then make my way back. And the reason I used the Carols was because I would get so many different wilderness steps. As you'll see a few clips throughout the video, there was a lot more than a few, but I tried to make this video shorter. The original length of this video was 16 minutes, so that kind of tells you just how many extra clue scroll clips that I had. But yeah, the Carols was basically acting as tank armor if I got attacked by a PKer, which luckily only happened once, and I did get away, so it wasn't too big of a hassle. And at this point, we did have 9 black masks, just picked up our 9th one there, and our 40th hard clue casket. So yeah, the stacks were definitely adding up. Only had 1,000 kills left, and I did manage to pick up another black mask, and actually in the same exact inventory just a few kills later, we did receive another one, and only had about 650 left at this point. But yeah, it was nice to kind of see my luck spiraling out of control in the very beginning, then kind of slowing down in the middle, and then towards the end it kind of picked back up again. So yeah, it was really cool to see. I just love seeing drops on the ground. This video for some reason reminded me of my spiritual mage video, you know, kind of like receiving all those dragon boots in one go. Well, receiving all of these black masks was just kind of a similar feeling, you know, a good valued item, and it was pretty quick and pretty easy to get, so I was glad that there was no huge dry streaks there. And at this point in the video, I still had 93 left to kill, although I had used 5,000 bone crusher charges. All those bone crusher charges were actually involved with all of the wizards that I killed for those clue scrolls, so I still had to kill an extra 100 cave horrors in order to match that Slayer ring log of exactly 5,000. And luckily for me, we did actually manage to pick up a black mask with about 50 kills or less to go. So there you guys have it. Loot from 5,000 cave horrors was complete finally, and the two things that could have sped this video up in a dramatic way would be if I used the cannon, which I did not, and if I would have used Runelight, which I did not. And if you're curious as to why Runelight would have sped this up, basically it's a client that you can play old school RuneScape on, and it has a beautiful clue scroll feature that essentially does your puzzle boxes for you. And since I take about 5 minutes on all of the puzzle boxes that I've done for all these clues, if you use Runelight, I hear it takes less than 15 seconds. So that's just kind of one example of it kind of simplifying clue scrolls, and it would have saved me a lot of time. So it is something to keep in mind. If you do level 3 clues or any clues, you should maybe look into Runelight, something that I'll probably never use, but something I'll always recommend. So apart from using those 16 long bones and 1 curve bone for 78,000 construction XP from all those cave horrors, here we are with the 48 level 3 clue scrolls that I did receive from them as well. Now I decided not to do the master clues simply because I really don't think that all the average accounts that kill cave horrors can do master clues, so I didn't think, you know, prioritizing the masters was that important for this video. Next video I'll make up for it. But yeah, it's just really cool to see, isn't it? Just all these clues at once, something that I've never done before, and really does set the tone for in the future if we decide to do a loot video such as loot from 100 elite clue scrolls, or maybe loot from 1,000 hard clue scrolls. I'm really not too sure what I have in mind for clue scroll related videos right now, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated. But this is actually our best clue out of every single one right here, right now. The lovely Robin Hood hat, which I've actually only had once before on this account. Never had one on my Iron Man, but that was, I'd say, the #1 unique. I did receive pretty good rewards though. You know, as you can see, a lot of them were over 100k, a decent amount of them were over 150k, and quite a few were also over $250,000. And I did actually see another reward later on that was close to 1 mil, being these Guthix D-Hide boots right here. Yeah, the Robin Hood hat and the Guthix D-Hide boots was kind of the highlight of all of these clues, and out of doing 50 hards, you know, I would say I did pretty well. I didn't get 3rd age, which is one of my biggest goals in this game, but you know what, that just keeps me doing clues. So almost got to 500 overall with all these clue scrolls. Should be getting to that in the next few months here. And we did receive Zamrock Chaps maps, you know, a lot of god items, and to the best of my ability, I did make all of these clue scroll items appear in just one tab. There might have been more rune items because I already had a few rune items in the bank, but for the most part, all of these clue scroll items were accurate, and may I say, this tab looks really nice. I mean, it looked nice before, but it just looks a lot nicer now. All these clue scroll items added to it, and of course, we were going to do this one and only master clue. It actually took me like an hour and a half to do this master clue. Got the unluckiest steps ever, but nevertheless, I did receive 226k from it. So finally, we have reached the portion of the video where we price check every single item. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so the very first price check, all of the seeds, all the herbs, the teak logs, and the nature runes. Mainly just the normal drops here. The very first price check does come out to be just about 2.8 mil. And again, if you do have a herb sack, a seed box, or a gem bag, those are pretty crucial items to bring to Geforce if you plan on camping them for as long as I did. They will certainly save you some inventory space, so something to keep in mind there. Now the second price check, all of the gems, all of the insold heads, the adamant full helms, the mithril kite shields and axes, and all the other normal drops came out to be just about another mil, but then once we add in all of the black masks, it does come out to be just about 13.8 mil, meaning that if you do add that to the first price check of 2.8, then loot from 5,000 cave horrors does come out to be 16.6 mil in normal drops and rare drops. And of course, last but not least, we are going to go ahead and add all of those 48 hard clue scroll caskets to this price check. The very first price check, all the pages and teleports and blessings coming out to be just about 2 mil. And then we move on to the second price check where we have all of the D-hide, all of the rune items of the Gothic's D-hide boots. I didn't go ahead and put the Robin Hood hat in this one, but we do have another 4.3 mil from the second price check. And finally, adding that Robin Hood hat into the price check, we have a total of 8.3 mil from all of the hard clue scrolls, as well as the one master clue that we did do throughout this video. So we go ahead and we add that to the 16.6 mil from the normal drops from the 5,000 cave horrors, and we did receive just about 24.9 mil from 5,000 cave horrors exactly. Now you can round that 24.9 up to 25, and if you subtract the amount of supplies, I'd say we only spent just about 1 mil on supplies, very limited amount of prayer potions and super combat potions, 0 deaths while doing clue scrolls, and overall a pretty good experience. It did take about 5 days to complete this video, playing about 6 to 8 hours a day. A lot of that time was spent doing the clue scrolls, of course, and overall I'd say it was pretty fun. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I am working on some pretty awesome videos for you guys on multiple different accounts on this game for this month, so you guys are going to be seeing a lot of really cool variety loot videos from many different things in the game. And with that all being said, if you guys ever want to join my clan chat in game, feel free. It's Mr. No Sleep spaced out, or you can join my Iron Man CC Mr. No Sleep with no spaces. Until next time guys, Mr. No Sleep out.